There it is, the Staples Center in Los Angeles, where we're getting set to bring you all of today's action. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. On tap tonight, it's the Bronx going up against the Clippers. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. Now we'll look at the starting lineup for the Bronx. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Frazier is out there with Harden. Then it's Anthony Davis, and it's Duncan in at the 4. And for Los Angeles, Griffin is out there with Elton Brand. Then it's Maggette. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's McAdoo in at the small forward. So the Bronx will get the first possession. And the foul on Elton Brand. That's his first foul.
Yeah, quick foul to pick up right away here in the first quarter.
Lou Williams is checked in for Los Angeles. Harden the pass to Frazier. Leonard against Maggette. Fires the 3. The shot misses. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Passes it to Paul. He kicks it to Maggette. Just 5 to shoot. It's hauled in by Duncan. And here's Duncan. He'll bring it up for the Bronx. Here's Leonard. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Williams inside. He's covered by Leonard. Williams gets the bucket.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Now Leonard. James Harden missing on the 3. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that three-point shot is a primary weapon.
Now here's Paul. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
And early on, if you're him, you just want to see the ball go through the net and get into some kind of rhythm.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Now Davis, following the three-point attempt by Lou Williams. Outside Leonard. Wants to get it to Duncan, and does. Frazier the pass to Davis. Over Brand. And the Bronx tacks on 2 more.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Here now the Clippers. They trail by 6.
Last season, the trade request for Anthony Davis became public. A $50,000 fine when his agent confirmed it. A tough situation for him and New Orleans.
Here is Davis following the basket by Chris Paul. And Duncan throws it down hard.
Well, AD attracts so much attention. He's learned to stay patient and just locate the open man.
Paul looking over the floor. Pass to Brand. Back to Paul. Shoots over Frazier. And Chris Paul the bucket on the assist by Brand. And it's 6 points for Chris Paul. And a minutes restriction last season for Anthony Davis. There was talk, Smitty, of shutting him down completely.
The league said no, Kevin. The fans, he's still a fan favorite in New Orleans, and they paid their money to see him in large part. Now a new team, hopefully it works out for everybody.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bronx. Dumars comes in for Frazier. Outside Harper. Pass to McAdoo. Over Duncan. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And it has to be said, McAdoo, one of the best shooting bigs ever, shooting better than 50% from the field for entire seasons is routine for him.
And both free throws good for McAdoo. The Bronx leading by 5. Duncan kicks to Harden, fires from deep. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist. And that's now 6 points for James Harden.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Here's Harper. McGetty trying to free himself up.
Guys, we had to take flight to get to this game tonight, but here's a guy who simply takes flight and flies at will on the basketball court. I mean, it's pretty surreal to watch a guy who can elevate to that level.
Nice ball movement there by the Bronx. Duncan, the pass to Davis. Duncan trying to break loose, and there it is for him.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
Los Angeles trails by 8. There's 37 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's McAdoo, covered by Duncan. And McAdoo kicks to Jordan. There's the 3. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Bronx. Outside Dumars. The pass to Giannis. Back to Dumars. The 3 ball. Tipped away. He shoots again. And so it's the Bronx in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Bronx, what do you guys think?
Just stretching out the floor in that first, they had the defense scrambling.
Reason why, excellent spacing. They may not stay this hot all game, but hard to bet against them.
Los Angeles trails by 8. So on the floor for the Bronx. Anthony Davis is out there with Duncan. Then it's White, and then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Harden in at the 2-guard spot. And it's Nixon missing. On the wing, Giannis. Down low. And the jam by Harden.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority. And, you know, the improvement we've seen over the last few seasons with Giannis is incredible. I mean, he just keeps adding to an already superstar level game. Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Here's Nixon, light covering. Here's World B free. Here's McAdoo, out to McGetty. Launches a 3, score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
And you know, Greg, this last season, Giannis improving on his rebounding and his passing.
Career highs for him in both of those areas. If he ever adds a deep shot, I'm not sure how you guard him at that point.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the miss by Anthony Davis. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Here's Davis, and it's Davis with the jam.
AD had a tech all the way in his mind. Bad intentions.
Los Angeles calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Manning the pass to Keenan. Ball against Butler. To the inside. That one's good, and the Bronx lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Free.
And that's going to happen. Paul recognizes the imbalance in the defense, delivers a perfect pass.
This is it to Tatum. Over Maggette. Here's Embiid, and the dunk by Embiid.
Super work on the boards. Boy, they really want to put their foot down on him now.
Yeah, and once you got him on the ropes, Greg, just keep swinging away.
You know why? Because this defense is reeling. They had to stop there but couldn't secure the rebound. They're still looking for answers.
Here's Tatum, following the basket by Chris Paul. And White kicks to Tatum. A three-pointer is right on target. Tatum's got the lead up to 12 now for the Bronx.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Manning. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Williamson, the pass to Tatum. Nice ball movement there by the Bronx. Now the feed to Williamson. And there's a minute 45 left now here in the second. Free passes to Paul. 6 on the shot clock. Embiid against Maggette. Good D by Embiid.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Now, here's Butler. A 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Poked away. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
58 seconds left to play in the first half. Pass to White, out left to the wing. And they double up Embiid. And the basket is good. Embiid's got 4 points in the quarter.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They came in focused and they've executed. I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch, but right now he's hurting the team.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
And how about that show of confidence from Tatum? He really excels at playing above the rim and taking that one home.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Free, out to Maggette to stop the run. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Williamson, the pass to White. Out to the wing. The shot from 20 feet away. And the Bronx tacks on 2 more.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This
Oh, what a shot!
That's a miracle. Are you kidding me?
I didn't think that shot had any chance of going in. Just shows you that anything can happen in this game.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. The Bronx leads by 15. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. As we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Chris Paul. Griffin is out there with Maggette. Then there's Harper, and it's Brand in at the 5. Outside Butler. Here's Duncan. Griffin grabs the board. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. It's a 13-point game. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
You know, thinking back, Chauncey Billups once said, Griffin might be too nice of a guy, yet he's a league leader in technicals almost every season.
He doesn't get the second one. And out of bounds as the Bronx gains possession. The Bronx leading by 12. Pass to Butler. Back to White. Here's the 3. They get it back. Tatum deciding where to go with it. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Griffin. Tatum's shot is off.
Ooh, they've come out ice cold to start this half. 3 misses and as many attempts.
Here's the Bronx. They led by as many as 18 points. Moves on moves. That's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
And you look at Jimmy Butler. He's about 6'8", about 230 pounds. Great size on the wing.
And he keeps himself in tip-top shape. His strength, one thing I'm not sure the casual fan even recognizes.
Now, here is Maggette. And the rejection by Embiid. Butler on the wing. Back to Duncan. And the shot is long.
Missed 4 straight shots now. At one point, do you have to call a timeout and regroup?
Los Angeles making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Here's Nixon. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Maggette. Got a piece of it, but he recovers it. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
Timeout called here, the first for the Bronx. He's checked in for Blake Griffin. And some changes here for the Bronx. Giannis high post. He's against McAdoo. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo.
This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for the Clippers. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Nixon. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Shot clock at 6. Here's Maggette. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long. That's just great court recognition there. He saw the D pack in the lane on the break, so he calmly rose up and drained the transition three.
Here's Nixon. Pops it up for Jordan. Ingram with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Antetokounmpo. Nobody back. And stolen by McAdoo. Here's Nixon. Frazier covering. To stop the drought. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. 1:32 left to play in the third. Leonard draws the double. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do, understands the spacing.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Walton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan, and it's Harper in for Williams.
A two-time Defensive Player of the Year, Kawhi Leonard last season averaged 27 points a game. That's what you call a two-way player.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And a career high in scoring last season for the great Kawhi Leonard.
Kevin, he maintained his elite efficiency. Kawhi Leonard's growth as a scorer has been remarkable over the course of his career.
Chris Paul's checked in for the Clippers.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Los Angeles trails by 19. And they double up Paul. Maggette against Ingram. Jacks up a 3. Cans it from downtown. Maggette's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Hitting only 1 of 5 this quarter. He's in a little bit of a slump, but it looks like he's trying to shoot his way out of it.
Outside, Davis to the right side. Ingram against Maggette. Trying to get open is Davis, and it's Ingram missing. And here is Los Angeles now. They trail by 16. Harper, no good. Harper's gone 1 of 3 on the night. Leonard dishes to Davis. Ingram kicks to Davis. Now Leonard. He feeds it to Giannis. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And the Bronx leads by 18.
In the pick and roll, I like confidence. Leonard showing as a facilitator, his game just continues to ascend.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. The Bronx on top. They lead by 18. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up, keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So on the floor for the Bronx, Ingram is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's Davis. Then there's Frazier. And it's Leonard in at the shooting guard. Now here's Paul. Feeds it to Griffin. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Look at the body control after drawing the bump. Griffin still an elite athlete.
And here's Frazier. Outside, Davis. Maggette against Ingram. The Clippers grab the miss. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Maggette outside. Shoots from the elbow. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got 4 rebounds in this game. Ingram passes to Frazier. Ingram with it. Leonard looking around to the middle. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Maggette, and count it from 19 feet away. So Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Bronx. He dishes it to Leonard from past the arc, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. And that's 11 points for Kawhi Leonard. Los Angeles trails by 19. Here's Free, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
Blake took off like a rocket on that alley-oop.
Woo! Walton with the steal. That's tipped. Here's Griffin. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. So for the Clippers, Brand comes in for Walton. Lou Williams is subbed in for Free. Griffin no good on the free throw.
The second overall pick back in 2016, Brandon Ingram has shown us flashes. But whether it's defense or offense, still a ways to go.
No good from the wing. And it's the Clippers with the ball. 15-point game. Good on the bucket.
Chris Paul has such a gentle touch on his floaters. There's no way the defense can get to that shot.
Timeout called, Bronx. And Greg, when you talk about Ingram, where would you look for him to make the next step in his game?
Well, in that one season at Duke, he did shoot over 40% from three. I think becoming a reliable shooter from out there would be a key building block offensively.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Quinn Snyder's huddle. I told them this is a game of runs. It's a game of momentum. We may have the lead now, but I'm telling you guys, it can evaporate in a hurry. Let's close this thing out. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And the wide open shot from Paul, offline with his three.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Embiid kicks to Dumars over Paul. Dumars misses. Los Angeles trails by 14. A floater. The offensive rebound. Grant. Duncan with some nice D. Here's Tatum. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Chris Paul picks up that one.
And this is going to be an asset for Tatum. His ability to get to the line. Very good at using his body to draw contact.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And the Clippers call time here. They're down by 16. 1:22 left in the game. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. And it's Paul missing. The Bronx leading by 16. Tatum kicks to Dumars. Kicks it out to Harden. Nice ball movement there by the Bronx. Embiid, the pass to Dumars. Duncan outside. Over Griffin. And another miss by the Bronx.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
The pass to Brand. Pass to Paul. On the wing, Williams. Back to Paul. 6 to shoot. Here's Griffin. Duncan with the block.
And that's part of his game. Love seeing Duncan just sky up there to reject shots. Does a great job of utilizing that wingspan along with his timing.
Dumars kicks to Tatum. The three. Rebounded by Brand. 16 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Maggette. And it's off from three-point range. Outside Dumars. From deep. Off the mark. So no problem for the Bronx as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.